Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another toy room review, and today we're taking a look at the brand new PlayStation 5 Dualsense 30th anniversary controller. I am so excited to have this in my hands. This was very hard to get, very limited. I was able to get two of them, luckily, and I got them both for retail, so very happy about that. Before we get into the whole unboxing and review, I do want to let you guys know, stay tuned to the end of the video, because I am going to be showing you guys a brand new update for the PS5. It's a little Easter egg and a nod to the history of PlayStation that you guys may not know about that you have now on your PS5. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video for that. But let's go ahead and get right into the packaging here. So the packaging is very reminiscent of the original PS1 style packaging. And I'll bring in my original, this is still sealed, the PlayStation 1 multi-tap right here. And you can see the packaging is pretty much identical as far as the layouts, the colors and everything, down to the font right here, that original PlayStation font. You have that PlayStation logo right there in the top corners. So very nostalgic. I just love this packaging. I'm probably going to have this box on display somewhere in the room. But then getting into the actual box, you can see the Dualsense front and center right there. You got that PlayStation logo, and then the original PlayStation font right over there. Coming to the side, you don't really get too much. You kind of faintly see the Dualsense right there, and then you have that original PlayStation logo right over there. And pretty much same exact thing on this side. Then on the back, you just get a product shot of the Dualsense, as well as that brand new 30th anniversary logo. On the bottom, nothing too interesting. And then on the top, that is what we have going on right there. So let's go ahead and get this out of the packaging and take a closer detailed look at it. Okay, so while unboxing this, I didn't think the unboxing experience was going to be anything special, but if you take a look on the inside, you can see basically the history of PlayStation all throughout the flaps on the inside. So you have all the different stuff from the Dualsense, you have a UMD disc, the PlayStation 3 Move, I believe it was, original PS1 controllers, I think that's the PS2 controller, the PS3 Slim, Dualsense here, the brand new Sony earbuds. There's a mouse, the PlayStation remote, PS5 console, PS4 controller, the Dualsense 4 I believe was the exact name. Just all of PlayStation's history kind of just sprinkled all throughout here. I really love this design, and it's just all in there. And then you also have special logo right here on the top, and that is obviously the normal PlayStation logo, but if you look, they added a 3 in front of the circle for obviously the 30th anniversary. So that's a really nice touch there. Wasn't expecting that while unboxing, and I just had to cut the camera on to show you guys that. If there's any other special things, I'll show you guys once I get to it. And sure enough, that print goes throughout the entirety of the inside sleeve, which is crazy. I thought it was just going to be on the flaps, but it's the entire inside of the box, the sleeve for the box, which is crazy. But then the box also has some nice features on it as well. So you have that print basically that I showed off with the different logos and whatnot. That goes all throughout the box, all around it. And then you get to the front here, you have that very nice and clean 30th anniversary logo. Would have been nice if it was in the original PlayStation colors instead of just white, but still very nice attention to detail right there. Alright, you guys, and here is the Dualsense out of the packaging, and this thing is absolutely beautiful. Hands down my favorite PS5 controller of all time. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of people's favorite controller of all time. It's just so good, so nostalgic. So it's just done in that light gray that we're familiar with the original PS1 colors. The inside is done in a darker gray just to kind of give it some offset. Just to kind of go with the whole look of the PS1. Maybe they should have color matched it, but it's not the end of the world. And then right over here, you have the D-pad done in that darker gray, just like the original PS1 controller. And then you have the dark gray thumbsticks over here. Then, of course, that original PlayStation logo. I mean, that looks so good. And then the original PlayStation colors right here on the X, circle, triangle, and square. Looking very nice. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty much our basic controller, so nothing really too different about it. Oh, there is a nice little Easter egg right over here. Not really an Easter egg, but a nice little feature right there. It says PlayStation 30th anniversary, so that's a nice little touch. I didn't think it was going to have that. And then other than that, it's pretty much the same Dualsense that we all know and love. So you do have the kind of X, circle, triangle, and square kind of imprinted here. It's kind of hard to show off on camera, but I'll get my macro lens and take an image of that. You have that right there on the back of the controller, as well as the thumbsticks on the front have that print as well. So other than that, nothing really too crazy, but let's go ahead and bring in an original PS1 controller to compare it. Alright, you guys, so here is the original PS1 controller. Now this one has seen a lot of use over the years, so the color is a little bit off. It's almost a little bit yellowed, but you can see a comparison there for how they match up and how they look here. So one thing that I am noticing that I feel like they should have done, they should have made these little buttons right here, the start button and like the screenshot button, they should have made those in a darker gray to kind of match right here. That would have been a nice touch. And also putting this kind of right here, I feel would have been a nice little touch, or at least maybe having this PlayStation 30th anniversary font, instead of having it on the back, maybe having it across here. I don't know, maybe it would have not looked as clean. Let me know what you guys think. Should they have put something here or just left it as is and kind of keep that simple look? But because this one is a little bit used and worn out, I do want to bring in the PlayStation Classic version that I have that is the exact same thing, just for the PlayStation Classic, and it's going to be a little bit less worn than this one is. Okay, here we go. So here's the PlayStation Classic version, and honestly, it's kind of a different shade of gray. It's not the exact shade of gray. As you can see, I think the original PlayStation gray is just a little bit darker of a hue, where this has more like blue tones in it. So it's not an exact match, but honestly, when you don't have them side by side, it's pretty much close enough. So not too bad there, not an exact copy, but you know, still gets the job done and good enough. This should have been just a slight shade darker of gray, in my opinion. Alright, you guys, so there is the 30th anniversary of the Dualsense controller. Honestly, my favorite controller in my entire collection, hands down. I mean, the Dualsense is already my favorite controller of all time as far as just like comfortability, features, and all that, followed by the Xbox 360 controller, but I think this one is just miles ahead of the 360 controller. But then in terms of design and different variations of controllers that I have, hands down, this one is my favorite. So now I do want to switch things over to my PS5 screen and show you guys the brand new 30th anniversary update that has a lot of nice little features and Easter eggs. So let's go take a look. Alright, you guys, so you're going to have to forgive me because I don't have a capture card, so I'm just going to use my phone to capture this. So we're going to turn the PS5 on. Yeah, so you guys saw that. That's the original PS1 sound when you boot up a game right there every time you boot up your PS5. Now you will see there's also a custom wallpaper here with the 30th anniversary logo right there at the top, but that's not it. If we go up and we go to our settings, and then you'll see right here, PlayStation 30th anniversary, there is a new menu here. So if you go up to that menu and you go to appearance and sound, you have a bunch of different things you can do. So obviously you can turn it off if you don't want it, but you have the 30th anniversary here, which we have selected already. If we change it to PS1, it's going to change the color scheme to that PS1 gray, and it's going to change the sounds. Take a listen. And you will see right here on the top, we have an image of the actual PS1 right there. So that's pretty cool, but they didn't just stop there. Let's go back to the settings. Now let's switch it to PS2. So now it changes it to blue, but it also changes the sounds. Take a listen. So now you have the PS2 sounds as well as the PS2 menu screen right over there. So that's pretty cool. But again, they're not done because they did all the way through PS4. So let's go back up. And go over to PS3. So now PS3 kind of gets a little bit boring, as you can see, but take a listen. So you have that original PS3 as well as PSP kind of sound with the Waves wallpaper right over there. So now, last and not least, let's go back up. And switch to PS4. Now that changes everything to blue and changes the sounds. And you can see it's kind of that same Waves wallpaper, but just the PS4 style. So we'll go back up. And I like keeping mine on PS1. So we're going to do that. And the other thing that I noticed is when you put your PS5 in rest mode, you get this little animation. So that is really, really cool. Alright, you guys, so there is my review of the brand new Dualsense. I mean, you guys already know how I feel about it. It's amazing. Let me know, did you guys pick this up? Did you guys check out the new update for the PS5? Let me know down in the comments below. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Those links are in the description down below. And I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.